I'm with the X-Men of parents.
Blockers, rated R.
We're at Clemson's Pro indoor facility. It's the 2018 Pro Timing Day, as several tied to the Clemson program now try to show what they can do one more time for NFL scouts and coaches and other personnel. And hi, friends, Pete Ganady with you. And during this decade, nearly 50 Tigers have been taken in the NFL draft. One of them, this guy, Bradley Pinion, back in 2015 in the 5th round by the 49ers. So good to have you on board, my friend, back from the West Coast. And today, we're about to see a number of players again, demonstrate their abilities in front of some very important people.
Yeah, it's a very nerve-wracking day for these guys. They have a lot riding on it. They just want to come out here and do their best. They want to go out there and show these scouts that they're capable of playing in the NFL, show them that they have the mindset, show them that best is the standard, like we say around here at Clemson all the time. I remember being here 3 years ago. I mean, coming out here and just being able to really change your life in one day. It's something special.
Seemed just like yesterday. How difficult is it for a player to zone out the fact that so many eyeballs are on them as they're trying to show how fast they are, how strong they are?
You know, you think it would be easy playing in front of 80,000 all the time, but it's really hard when you get into more of an intimate setting, all eyes on you. You're really trying to change your future, and it's something that, I mean, you don't really think about it, and then you get here, you're like, dang, I'm kind of nervous, more nervous than I would be on a game day.
Let's give you a look at the field, so to speak. Nearly 20 who were either with the Tigers on the roster this past fall or those who were in the program and have come back. And one of those, a very interesting story in the lower right-hand corner, Corinne Wiggins, the defensive back who played his final year of college football at East Carolina, led the Pirates with nearly 100 tackles, but is elected to come to this pro day today and show what he can do. Now, some who are here today were at the Combine up in Indianapolis earlier in the month. Others weren't. And again, is there an important technique you're trying to show? Obviously, if you're a defensive back, you want the NFL to know you can cover a guy. But what are some things that you can show today that might be among those intangibles?
I think one of the most important parts today is the interview process, being able to show your football IQ. Leading into the NFL, it's not always the best athlete that makes it, but it's the guy who's the smartest and who can make the quickest decisions. That's something today I think a lot of scouts are trying to look at.
Now, the things we'll see today, we'll see the 40-yard dash, we'll see demonstrations of strength. The receivers will catch the football and show just what they can do for all those who are here today from the next level. When we come back, we'll start it out with the 40-yard dash. A big day for about 20 tied to the Clemson program, and we return after this. This is Jay Guillermo, who you remember had an opportunity with the Buffalo Bills after not getting drafted, then went to Canada and was a very important part of what the Tigers had offensive line-wise in that national championship season.
Yeah.
Decided to opt away from pro football and step aside last June, but now he's back on a pro day. Now here's Taylor Hearn, and again, just like Guillermo, a very important part of that offensive line over the past few years.
You'll hear them yell and lock it out a lot here. As I was saying earlier, they have to extend their elbows all the way. If they don't, I mean, they don't count the rep.
Tyrone Crowder.
Man, he's making that weight look real easy right now.
225 pounds being hoisted. Again, a count is being done on the number of reps. And as Bradley was just noting, again, lock it out means arms fully extended at the top.
Right, exactly.
Stay tight. Come on, good. Keep working. Keep rhythm. Keep punching. Up. Keep punching. Good. You got one more. Up. Keep going. Up.
Boy, we got that last one all the way out again, trying to fully extend. And
that looks somewhere around 30, 32 reps. That's very impressive.
Now Tyshawn Dye, former Clemson running back, and again looking to show his skills. And this may look like just your typical conditioning kind of drill or typical kind of drill you'd see at the start of a football practice, but those NFL scouts assembled sitting there in the bleachers on either side of this cone drill, every little movement a guy like Marcus Edmond, who's now about to go through the drill, makes, every small movement, it's amazing the science involved and what they're looking at in terms of foot movement, in terms of balance, in addition to the speed and the agility. Clemson's 2018 Pro Day continues here at the Poe Indoor facility. We welcome you back and joined now by head coach Dabo Swinney. First off, always a point of pride kind of day for you.
Oh, man, it's always great to get these guys, ready for this day and help them, prepare. It's fun to see all the former players come back. It's just they always come back for this day and spring game. It's like, a reunion every year. But proud of these guys. Not a big group, obviously. We only got 6 scholarship seniors out here from this team. We've got a couple of graduate transfers that are back, and then a couple guys from last year, Guillermo and Jadar, that are giving it another go. So it's fun to watch them. It's a big day for everybody, but a good group. Next year, we're going to probably have to build some skyboxes. We might have to have Pro Week next year because they're going to be 30-something guys in here, competing.
That's the benefit of your program is you've been doing this with such a young team that, you would think after all these runs to play for a national title, you'd be overloaded. But again, this year, not the big numbers. Interesting, added to the guys like a Deion Kane, a Ray McLeod are on the roster this year. You got Corinne Wiggins, for example, a guy who did some great work for you and then played his final year elsewhere. But again, you welcomed him back here to show his stuff today to these scouts right here.
Oh, yeah. Corinne and Adrian Baker and Tyshawn Dye were 3 graduate transfers. And, my thing with those guys is, first of all, they're great people here, and they left here in good standing. But to me, it's about graduation. And they all graduated. They were all graduates before they left here, and they just wanted to go and see if they could get, a little bit more playing time in their last season, and which is fine with me, but they did what they needed to do when they were Tigers, and so I always tell those guys, you'll have an opportunity to come back and do your pro day and be embraced.
Of college football, Ryan Carter. And now Marcus Edmond. So now Jadar Johnson after Edmond, and what an interesting year it's been for Jadar Johnson. Undrafted, ended up with the Giants, and in late July, really before training camp got underway, he thought maybe football was something he wanted to put in the rearview mirror. He was unable to get into a master's program in terms of meeting a deadline, so he wasn't able to go back to school as he had then planned in the fall. He wanted to get into kind of a youth services type area. Went home to Orangeburg and had basically said football is now in my past. It's been a great run, as we again see Corinne Wiggins. And Jadar Johnson spent the fall working in some private business, but then got the itch again, had a workout for the Redskins in December, and now here he is. Again, he would be eligible to be a free agent once again. He wouldn't be able to go back in the draft, but still an opportunity for someone like him, whereas a guy like Ray McLeod is hoping to see his name on a draft board as, if not a wide receiver or defensive back, but perhaps as a specialist. Dorian O'Daniel.
Football is one of those sports that's really tough on the mind, and you got to be there mentally to do it, and that's things that guys struggle with all the time, whether you're in the NFL or you're not in the NFL, at fullback position, and not seen.
And Dye right down the hash. And now we'll see Ray McLeod on that similar fly route. Pressure on the quarterback, too, to deliver a nicely thrown ball. Really nice job that you actually saw McLeod have to slow up for. Our work indoors is done here. Well, Bradley, it's been a real pleasure today, and we certainly hope the folks have enjoyed getting a look at some Tiger players who maybe will hear their names called on draft day, or perhaps at least get an opportunity to go to camp.
Yeah, a lot of dreams come true today, and it's been a pleasure coming out here with you today and talking with you and just chatting football and watching these guys work. It's been awesome.
Big few weeks ahead for those you saw performing today, and on behalf of our entire crew here at Clemson, and on behalf of Bradley Pinion, Pete Hannity saying so long. This has been a presentation of ESPN.